when I suggest we should go out, he'll say, okay, tell me when and where and I'll be there. Like, I'm asking you to take me out. So if I have to plan it, you're not taking me out.
She likes these fancy restaurants, all right? And very expensive plates. I get treated very badly in a lot of these places.
How so?
It's never happened a couple of times.
What is this?
You don't recall a couple of instances?
Explain it. Remind me.
Help me understand. You get treated badly because these are like snooty waiters?
Yeah.
Because they treat everyone badly?
No.
They treat you badly because you're black?
I think on one
Is
or
that
two,
what you're saying?
I think on one or two occasions, I felt that way very strongly. Yeah. Very strongly. We were the only people of color in these places. You don't remember this?
I feel like one of the biggest things that Desean has issue with is that whenever we go out, people will approach me rather than approach him. And so I tell Desean, if you sit there with a face that makes people feel like you're not approachable, you're not going to be approached. You have to
I have to what?
go in a little bit more open.
I don't think I go in
If you
any
feel
other
that
way.
they're snooty and you walk in feeling like, oh, this place is so snooty and I'm the only
kinda-
black person here, like, who cares? Be the only black person there. Flaunt that. Like, you know, like, who cares? Who cares? Like, why is that an issue for you? Honestly. Other than the fact that
Are you asking or are you challenging?
it's a real question. It's a real question.
Can you say?
It's not a good feeling to be in a situation where you're made to feel like, you know, that people don't like you.
Don't like you or scared of you.
Or scared of you or intimidated for some reason, or I've been taken off accounts at work. They won't tell you why, but I've been in meetings where, you know, and you chalk it up at work like, listen, this is business, but if someone doesn't like you for no particular reason, you know, never mind how capable you are, how much experience you have.
Yeah.
You know what the deal is.
Yeah.
And you know, I keep it moving. I'm like, hey, what am I gonna do? You always, it's something in the back of your mind, you know, where you just feel like, am I gonna be treated fairly in this exchange?
You understand that.
It saddens me that he goes through that.
We always talk about how much attention you get. And I ask you, how does that make you feel?
How much attention you get as a woman.
That's different.
But what do you say?
Dirty. Like I need to go home and take a shower.
Doesn't make you feel good. Right?
You have to take a shower. You have to take a shower. Yeah. And, you know...
So why is that different?
Why is that different?
When I think about it, it's kind of the same, right? Like I'm rewinding my answer, and as I'm saying my answer, it's the same. Because I was gonna say I can't help being a woman, but he can't help being a black man,
Right.
right? So it's like I'm trying to argue my point, and I can't.
And there's
So
different kind of risks involved, but there are risks.
I guess how we approach it is what makes it different. You know, I'm a little bit more aggressive than he is.
It's not a good idea for me
He
to be
cannot afford to be
aggressive.
aggressive.
Right.
Like,
Right. And this doesn't make me
won't
right.
work
And it
out
doesn't
really
make me
good for
right
you.
either, right? I'm working on that as well.
but this is not only a purely psychological difference, it's a real difference in terms of the real risks you take in the world.
Yeah.
Real life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Life or death.
Life or death for real.
Yeah.
I mean, for women too in other ways. But
I'm sorry you go through that. I never really thought about it in those terms.
I know.
the two of you do not talk about it?
We do, but not so in depth.
You know, I asked you about how do you identify, you know, where you're from. And you say, you know,
from Brooklyn.
Right. But I mean your ethnicity.
How do you identify?
I'm Puerto Rican. I'm Puerto Rican. I'm gonna probably come across as very selfish when I finish the sentence.
Go ahead.
Everybody has their own battle. I can't fight everybody's battle.
Right. So you're saying you that's not your battle.
It's not my battle. Everybody has their own stuff. I can't add more. I can't. I got a load of my own. I can't carry yours too.
Yeah.
We all control our story, and I feel like
Right. So if I choose to not give those establishments my hard-earned money, that should be my choice without being made to feel like, get over yourself.
yeah, I guess. Then you wouldn't be able to go anywhere.
Not true. There's plenty of places I can go.
Yeah, I don't want to go to a dive bar.
There we go. Now we've come back. We're full circle.
I'm not doing that.
Now we're full circle.
I don't. Yeah, no.
Do you have any thoughts about what it's like to see a white therapist? Like, what's that like?
I didn't even see. And again, this is where
I don't
ignorance.
understand.
The fact that it's a white therapist.
Well, sort
You're
of
gonna
white.
put us. You're gonna put
In a
me in
way.
the second place.
Did you see Get Out?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
I mean, that
If I see you with a teacup and
The
a
teacup.
spoon, yeah, we're gonna have a problem.
film. Right.
I completely understand what Desean is talking about. I don't understand why his wife don't understand, because as soon as he said that he feels uncomfortable going to one of these fancy places, I'm like, he's a big, tall dude. So they're automatically probably intimidated by him, or they think he's going to be super aggressive. That's why they talk to her first and not talk to him, because they're afraid he might say or act a certain way, or something with his tone they might consider as aggressive, or whatever the case may be. So I completely understand where he is coming from, because there's times where I go into places, I am either the only black person or my family, we're the only black family going in somewhere. And I don't experience that a lot. Maybe when there's white cops involved, that's probably the only time I'll feel a certain way, because especially what happens in the news right now. Because I don't always go around dressing like this. There's times I have a hat on, either a t-shirt or a hoodie on, and I get looked at a certain way. And I'm like, okay, I want to be comfortable. Don't mean I'm about to go rob a place or do anything wrong. Doesn't mean I'm a gangster or anything like that. It's just like, we as black people have to kind of move differently, and almost like code switching as far as what we do, just because of how society is. So I don't understand how she couldn't relay that until like almost the end of the clip, because I feel she may need to be in therapy a little bit more than Desean, just for individuality stuff that she has going on, because she's only seeing things from her perspective and not looking at it from his perspective. So I like how he can see it from both angles, and I don't know if it's a narcissistic trait that she has, or it's like it's all about her. And are they able to find the type of restaurant she wants to go to where he doesn't feel that way? Or they're already going to the same restaurant where you know he don't feel comfortable, but you can't go to a place he wants to go to where he would feel comfortable. I would say switch it off, but if you're always wanting to go to one of those fancy places where it costs a lot of money, and you know he's going to get looked at or treated a certain way, you should be a good spouse. It's like, you know what, I'm not going to put you through that. Let's try to find another place like this where you're not going to get treated this way. And I didn't like how she didn't want to go to whatever type of restaurant he wanted to go to. I didn't like that at all. Like, my wife and I, we always come to some type of compromise of where we want to go. I usually let her pick the restaurants because she's just better at picking places to go as far as eat. Wherever we go, I get the exact same thing. I don't change it up because I feel like I'm wasting my money if I find something I don't like. So in that aspect, I understand that. And then at the end, how the therapist said, how do you feel about seeing a white therapist? Because me personally, if I'm going to see a therapist, I would rather be someone of my actual race and ethnicity. Because I can kind of more relate to certain things I'll talk about and I don't have to explain too much.
Now, somebodies, we live in 2025, okay? And it's sad to say, because Desean says, he brings up that there are times where his race kind of is an issue. What are we doing here, okay? I'm gonna bring something to the forefront. Desean, apparently, obviously, he's in the black community. And I'm sure that term was said a long time ago in history. But I'm gonna go like this, okay? And stay with me here, somebodies, and hopefully Jay understands. I don't think there's a black community because if you look at the skin and you look at the hair is black, the skin is brown. If anything, it should be a brown community. That's just how I see it, okay? And then I'm Mexican, and I just go by, there was a rap group in the 90s, and it was a lighter shade of brown. But at the end of the day, why in 2025 does this shade right here for me? Does that shade there for Jay? Why does it still matter after all this time? Have we not progressed in any way at all? That this still matters. That you see a person from their shade and you already make your mind up what can happen. Just like Desean said, if he got aggressive, that would not be good. If I got aggressive because I'm also a shade, that would not be good. So what are we to do, okay? Here at Marriage Bros, we got Jay, you got me, we got two different shades, and we're still in the same boat. Because we're not supposed to act out, obviously. We've talked about that in other episodes. And I'm with Jay. I don't understand why Elaine doesn't get it. I think Jay is onto something that I think she's thinking more on her own, because she said, I can't handle your situation because I already got too much of mine. He's not asking you to handle his situation. He's telling you how he feels. Now, I have had situations with my wife where if we go out and she, even if she's not decked out to the nines, still looks good. And I've had waiters, kind of be a little extra nice. Look, I get it, okay? I'm not knocking them for doing that. But at the same time, that's what she has to deal with. And I have to deal with because I have to let it go. I can't take this guy aside at all and say anything. I can't even wait till after his shift is over and say or do anything, alright? Because that would be seen differently. Why? Because I'm a shade. It's a whole bunch of, I'm gonna say, it's bullshit that we still live in this time where that matters. Again, Desean, I understand him as well, because we still have to deal with this. And I say we, I say me, I say Jay, he said his piece. Why? Why does this matter at the end of it all? I don't get it, okay? I just don't. I know Elaine and Desean are trying to work things out. Elaine can't understand. And I thought the first time I saw Elaine, I thought she was, quote unquote, I'll call it brown community now, because she's passing. But she's Puerto Rican, which is fine. But I think she should understand more with Desean. She probably doesn't get it as much because she's a pretty girl. But at the end of it all, it shouldn't matter. It really shouldn't. And I'm just glad there was some kind of comedic effect when they talked about the movie Get Out, because I don't know if Jay's seen it, but I've seen it. I took it more as funny. I'm pretty sure the creators, I forgot if it's Ken and Pell or something like that. Keen and Peele, there we go. And they're comedians, and it was funny to me. I'm glad they used that reference to kind of break the ice, because it was getting really serious. But come on. We need to progress more, and we need to do it now.
I can answer the black part for you if you really want to know the answer to that one.
All right, go ahead.
All right, so in Africa, black people were actually black, like their skin was really dark. So that's why we're called black. It wasn't until the slave owners started sleeping with the slaves, started getting them pregnant, having kids, where our skin got lighter and lighter. So that's why you see the shade that we are now, because of slave owners back in the day. That's why we're still considered black, even though we look brown. Even though I said the same thing when I was a kid too. I'm like, I'm not black, I'm brown. So I understand where you're coming from, but that's where it came from.